Alright, Destiny Goblins, it's time for your obligatory what weapons are good and what weapons are bad video, this time featuring Crota's End. And it is very annoying because the weapons are just, they're not good. They're not very good. But there are some good ones, so I'm just not going to waste your time. There's a lot of stuff to go through. So let's jump right on into the garbage. I'm going to note that both the sniper and the rocket launcher aren't in the game for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they decided to take them out, but they're just gone. So unfortunately, this is what we have. So starting with the Defiant, it's a 360 auto, which means it's already pretty bad, but not as bad as it could be. And we have some standout perks like Reconstruction Target Lock, Sword Logic, Kill Clip, Heal Clip, all those cool things. But let's talk about the new stuff. We've got Curse Thrall, where after defeating a target with a melee attack, final blows with the weapon will cause targets to explode for a short duration. Titans, you're going to have a really good time, and Hunters, you're also going to have a really good time. For this auto rifle, we have Enlightened Action, which dealing damage improves reload speed and handling. We don't know how much damage you have to do, but I assume it's a decent amount, like maybe a couple bullets. And at max whack, it gives you 50 in each stat, both handling and reload speed. Not the greatest, but for PvP might actually be able to do something with that. Best stuff we have on here is Outlaw, Reconstruction, and Heal Clip in the first column. Enlightened Action on this auto rifle can be good in PvP. As far as PvE is concerned, it's pretty trash. You don't really need increased reload speed on many things because a lot of the times you'll just put on either a loader on your arms or you'll just have Reconstruction because it reloads it for you. As far as the second column is concerned, we have Sword Logic, where final blows with this weapon will grant damage, and the strength and duration of those bonuses increase when more powerful targets are defeated. Where at the low end, on your minors, your red bars, you get 15% damage, and for a boss like a champion or something like that, you get 35 to 50% damage. I think this perk fucking sucks. You're not killing champions with primary weapons, nor are you killing bosses with primary weapons. You are using a primary weapon because your forbearance isn't up yet. Sword Logic is okay. It is okay. The only problem here is it's wedged between Kill Clip and Target Lock. Kill Clip is a 25% damage increase for everything, doesn't matter what you kill, and Target Lock with Reconstruction is a fucking menace. Then you also have Incandescent, which is pretty neat. I think that's cool. Having a sort of contender for incandescent builds with fire sprites and scorch, that's pretty cool. Again, it's a 360 auto, which means it's not the greatest. My only reason why I say that is because auto rifles haven't seen a buff in forever, and they're trash compared to SMGs and hand cannons. Hand cannons just got a massive buff, and now they're fucking everywhere, and the reason why is because they're good. Auto rifles are bad. Next weapon, Word of Crota. It's a 180. Garbage. In the aspect of its perk selection, because it's actually got some really cool things like destabilizing rounds, enlightened action, repulsor brace. It actually has a lot of cool build variety built within the gun. It's a 180 though. 180s are probably the most underpowered weapon type in this entire video game. Even scout rifles, in my opinion, are still better than 180s because in PvE, it is a 2 to 3 shot headshot on an acolyte. That is not okay. And the range by itself, 31. Bad. It is fucking putrid. I hate 180s. They are trash and they need to be reworked. I want to use my posterity, Bungie. Just let me fucking use it. As far as perks are concerned, we've got Precision Instrument. Dealing sustained damage will increase your precision damage. Weapon hits grant a stack of Precision Instrument for 1.25 seconds, maximum of 6 stacks. And at 6 stacks, you will have a 25% damage increase. See, the thing with this is they're obviously trying to make this work as a kind of major killer, because I understand that hand cannons got a buff to major damage, like those yellow bars, and this actually makes it pretty decent, a 25% damage increase for majors. That's pretty nice. However, just use a special weapon with 31 range. If you're doing any content that requires you to kill champions or kill a guy that's really far away, but he's got a big health bar, you're not using this. You're using a sniper, you're using a GL, you're using a rocket. You don't need this. 180s by themselves are already pretty bad. Having one with 31 range is abysmal. Having one that's used to kill majors and bosses, literally unusable. Now, if we're talking about perk variety, it's got a lot going for it. Also, don't look at rangefinder because it doesn't affect range anymore. Please do not put that in my comments. Thank you very much. We've got repulsor brace and destabilizing rounds, which is incredibly good for things like your void breaches and your shields and your devours. If you're running a void build, it's not actually that bad because it plays into it very nicely, and with void orbs being the seasonal artifact, it actually works quite well. I won't even knock it there. If we're looking at anything else, Demolitionist Adrenaline Junkie, Dragonfly Frenzy, Frenzy Repulsor Brace. Oh wait, that doesn't matter because it's a 180. None of it matters because it is a 180. The only thing going for this weapon is it synchronizes with your builds. It gives you void breaches to work with on your void builds. That is it. I don't want to be saying anything talking about how it's good in this, it's good in that, because it's not. Until 180s get a buff, it is trash. Like, I wish 180s were good. Believe me, my posterity is sitting in my vault crafted. It's at level 20. I just want to use it. But 180s in any piece of content that's not just a strike is bad. Next up, Oversoul Edict. Pretty neat pulse rifle. It is an arc 540 pulse rifle. It is a rapid fire frame. Rapid fire frames are kind of meh right now, but they work. In PvE, pulse rifles aren't really used for anything just because SMGs, hand cannons, and some auto rifles are good, but that's about it. As far as perks, we have Enlightened Action, Eye of the Storm, Eddy Current, blah blah, just the basic standard run-of-the-mill stuff. And then you've got perks like High Ground, Sword Logic, and Volt Shot. Volt Shot on a pulse rifle is actually pretty interesting. If it wasn't nerfed, I would recommend it, but Volt Shot got nerfed so bad, I don't even know if it's worth it anymore. Overall, this pulse rifle, once again, pretty damn mid. No real damage perks to speak of other than High Ground and Sword Logic. Maybe Adrenaline Junkie if you're funny. And you've got Demolitionist, Keep Away, Perpetual. It's very obvious that this was made to be a PvP weapon, so if you want to use it for that, I'd recommend things like Perpetual or Keep Away with Headseeker and High Ground, because High Ground actually works really well for those players that use Heat Rises at the top of the map. If you're one of those, fuck you, but I love you at the same time. But it's okay. It's not the greatest. It's not going to blow anyone away. There's a lot of different pulse rifles that might be better, but this one has some promise. Fang of Ir Yût. Fang of Ir Yût. It is a rapid fire frame, 260 RPM, just like everyone's beloved Randy's throwing knife. You've got Shoot to Loot, which is really nice. Tunnel Vision, Killing Wind, Surplus, Rewind Rounds, Rapid Hit, and Keep Away. Then you've got High Ground, Opening Shot, Precision Instrument, Golden Tricorn, Sword Logic, Hatchling, and Kill Clip. See, I'm actually going to say something that it probably is pretty obvious, but it's a good thing. Precision Instrument with Rapid Hit on a 260 Scout Rifle is actually fucking insane. That's actually not bad. With the damage ramp up of Precision Instrument, you getting 25% damage increase on any target that you're bursting down, and it's one of the champion mods. I think it's the Unstoppable or the Overload, I don't remember. You could also run that with Rewind Rounds and Precision Instrument. That is incredibly good for long range gameplay as far as GMs are concerned. And Shoot to Loot's actually a pretty good utility if you're running those GMs, those Nightfalls, whatever you want to do with them. It's actually not too bad. The only problem is it is a strand weapon, so you're sacrificing your Arbalists, your Wither Hordes, your Izanagis, your Successions, your whatever you have in your kinetic slot, basically. And go figure, there's a lot of things in the kinetic slot that are just a lot better than the energy. If this was in the energy slot, I'd actually recommend it a lot more, but because it's in the primary slot, it's a little harder to recommend because there are a lot of things that do a lot of champ damage that aren't in the primary slot. So as far as this weapon is concerned, it is actually very, very good. If you don't have a good scout rifle in your kinetic slot, this is the one to go for. But once you get like a Randy's throwing knife with kinetic tremors and some other stuff, you might have to get rid of it. But for right now, Rewind Rounds and Precision Instrument is probably going to be the best you can do. Rapid Hit Kill Clip is always nice. Sword Logic might have a place here. Precision Instrument just seems to be better since that damage perk procs all of the time. But overall, it's pretty decent. It's not the best though. All right, next up we have is the Fang of Ir Yût, and it is a 450 machine gun, which puts it in the same lane as everyone's favorite machine gun, Commemoration. So it's actually got some pretty good things going for it. As far as perks are concerned, it's got some pretty funny stuff. Volt Shot is here for some reason. It's a machine gun. Who's reloading? It's like if you put Kill Clip on a machine gun. What the why? Unrelenting Feeding Frenzy, Demo, Zen Moment, Keep Away, Rewind, and Reconstruction. Only perks I would pick here, Reconstruction, Rewind, and Feeding Frenzy, because machine guns are ad clear bosses. They're designed for ad clear, and that's basically the role that they're playing right now. So if you have Feeding Frenzy or Reconstruction, that would probably be best. The thing that's interesting here is bait and switch, because I don't think we have a machine gun with bait and switch, and it could actually do quite a lot of damage. That 35% damage increase is a lot better than your target locks and your sword logics, so actually having that instead of having target lock might be better. My only problem with it is its arc, so you don't have volatile rounds to go with it, you don't have jolt rounds, you don't really have anything for more crowd control. But as far as just a beast of a gun, this one's actually pretty high up there. This is probably like the second best gun out of all of them. Moving on to the final one is Swordbreaker. Very, very interesting shotgun. It is a strand and it is an 80 RPM. It is a lightweight, so think your Wastelanders and whatever else is a lightweight. Quite a lot of perks to deal with. You got Pugilist, Subsistence, Elemental Capacitor, Fragile Focus, Threat Detector, Slide Shot, ooh, and Demolitionist. Then you have Surrounded, Golden Tricorn, Sword Logic, 1-2 Punch, Opening Shot, and a new perk, Barrel Constrictor. Final blows with this weapon reduces the projectile spread of its next shot for a short duration. And then you have Hatchling. I'm going to make a pretty hot take. I don't think it's that hot. It might be pretty mild, actually. Shotgun should not be used for ad clear, like ever. So any type of perk that gives you a bonus on kill is kind of not good. Hatchling, dog shit, because the amount of kills you need it to proc is like 3. Sword Logic actually might be a play, because most of the time when you're killing things with a shotgun, it's going to be a big dude, and that big dude is going to give you big damage. However, the damage buff on Sword Logic is not actually going to last that long. I think it lasts like 7 seconds on most majors. It's not going to be the greatest, but you could make it work. It's pretty clear to me what the play is for this gun. Barrel Constrictor and Slide Shot are just kind of no-brainers, just because of how good those two perks are. If I was to pick any sort of PvE perk, I would put Pugilist and 1-2 Punch, maybe Sword Logic, but that's about it. I would say this is the best gun simply because you don't have many kinetic shotguns that are as good as they can be in PvE. So having a gun like with 1-2 Punch and Pugilist, or having Threat Detector, and then having Slide Shot and Barrel Constrictor, it's honestly probably the best one out of all of them. Fang of Ir Yût actually might creep ahead in terms of just how good it actually is. Now I'm going to cover all of my bases just in case, because I don't need people telling me that I missed one gun that nobody cares about, and that's Eidon's Ally. It exists, it's part of your quest line to get your Necrochasm, but it's just a separate type of gun, and it has Rangefinder and Perpetual Motion. And with the rangefinder nerf, it does fucking nothing. So it effectively has one perk, and that is Perpetual Motion. Please do not tell me that I missed Eidon's Ally, because this is a dog shit gun, and if you tell me anything otherwise, I will not believe you, because my mind is made up. It is a bad gun. There you go, that's all the weapons from Crota's End, and if there's anything you should take from this video, it's don't listen to a single word I say. The only thing that matters in this game is if you're having fun, and I feel like a lot of people forget that nowadays. It's always about what's the best gun, what has the highest DPS, what are you doing, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, just pick the gun you have the most fun with. If you like Word of Crota, you like 180s, you like Void, that's fine. Take it, use it. Just because I say it's bad, that doesn't mean you have to say, oh, well, I can't use it, because you can. This game is all about fun, and if you're not having fun, you're not playing a video game, you're working a 9 to 5. So anyways, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you're at all interested in supporting the channel or supporting me, feel free to check out the Patreon down in the description, or you can click the membership button if you feel so inclined to do so. I don't care. You do what you want. It's your money. I don't care, but I would sincerely appreciate it. And anyways, I'm just going to stop rambling. I'll let you go do your own thing. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, go watch my other stuff, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.